So you're making good money, you got a stable remote job, and you've got your eye on a $300,000 home here in San Antonio. But something in the back of your mind keeps whispering, should I really be buying right now? Or maybe I should wait. I totally get it. You don't want to make a mistake, especially if you're still rebuilding your savings or thinking about future life changes like marriage or starting a family. In this video, we're going to be breaking down what waiting versus buying actually looks like using San Antonio numbers, so you can make a confident decision that fits you. This whole topic actually came from a Reddit post I read recently where someone in the situation said, "Not sure if I should be buying real estate based on my financial circumstances. I have always been risk adverse, currently age 37, just got a remote job which pays $160,000 a year, planning a Chicago move. I found a place I like which costs $300,000 with $750 a month HOA fee and a $460 a month taxes. Total monthly payment approximately $2,900. Now, here's the issue. I had setbacks financially, so I'm not where I normally would have been, and I'm not sure I should be buying this place. I don't think I would be building much equity for the first 5 to 10 years, thinking maybe I wait until I'm married to combine finances." So let me just say that for the sake of the video, I'm going to change the $160,000 a year to $100,000 for general purposes, so that whether you make slightly below or above $100,000, it could provide you with some perspective. And I'm also going to change the location to San Antonio instead of Chicago. But ultimately, this article reflects the mindset of a lot of smart, cautious buyers right now. And the good news is that if you're looking in San Antonio, your numbers tell a very different story from someone trying to buy in Chicago, Denver, or even Austin. So let's visualize this. For a $300,000 home with a 5% down payment of $15,000 and today's average rate of about 6%, your mortgage would be around $1,700 a month. And now adding property taxes here in Bexar County of about $550 a month, then home insurance, which is roughly $250 a month, and let's budget about $150 a month for maintenance and repairs. When you add up all those numbers, your ultimate mortgage payment could be $2,780 a month. Now, compare that to renting a similar single-family home in San Antonio. You're easily paying anywhere from $2,400 to $2,600 a month to someone else's home. So the gap between renting and owning here is actually pretty narrow. But now let's compare this amount to visualizing the growth of having purchased a home with a similar monthly payment. And here's where I see a lot of people underestimate the upside. Even if you feel like you're not building much equity, the first few years, the math says otherwise. So let's assume your home appreciates just about 3.5% a year. Now, that's below San Antonio's 10-year average, which I believe is a reasonable estimate for average appreciation in San Antonio since 2020, while also recognizing that there were few years of very strong gains, plus 1 or 2 years of stagnation or slight decline. So in 5 years, considering the 3.5% a year appreciation, your $300,000 home could be worth about $355,000. Meanwhile, you've paid down roughly $35,000 in principal. So that's about $90,000 in equity, even with the modest growth. Now remember, you're locking in housing costs while rents could keep rising in some areas. Now, let me quickly unpack the principal pay down of $35,000 if someone buys a home with a typical loan of $300,000 to $500,000. Their monthly payment will have a relatively small share going toward principal in the early years, as a majority of the payment actually goes towards interest. However, as time goes on from about year 3 to year 10, the principal portion grows each month. But in the early stage, the interest portion does dominate. Now, I want to be fair, waiting can make some sense for some people. So imagine you have a T-shaped chart taking a look at both sides. On one side, you have buy now, which if you buy now, you could potentially lock in your interest rate before rates or prices climb again. Another one is you could start building equity now instead of later. And regarding stability, you could control your home and not a landlord. And on the other side, you have wait. Well, On the wait side, this is where this side gives you time to save more cash or pay off debt, and this side also keeps you flexible if your job or personal life might change. So if you're planning to stay in San Antonio long term, the scale often tips towards buying because this market is steady, and I contribute that steady growth market to our military since many families relocate in and out of San Antonio due to having many military bases located here. Some rent and some purchase homes. I always say that if you have some cash reserves left over for expenses after closing, you have a stable job where your income is predictable and you're confident you'll be here for a while, and you can see yourself staying in the home long enough to ride out normal market cycles, then you're not rushing into it. You're simply aligning your lifestyle and finances, which is the smart way to buy. And here's the local advantages that doesn't get talked about enough. San Antonio is one of the most affordable big cities in the country. That same $300,000 home here would easily cost $500,000 in Austin or $600,000 in Denver. Now, we've got a balanced mix of jobs: tech, healthcare, education, military, and a steady inflow of relocations. So if you're financially ready, San Antonio could be the best place to buy your first or next home. The bottom line is that there's no perfect time to buy a home, but there is a right time for you. And if you're still unsure, that's where I can help. My wife and I are real estate agents here in San Antonio, so if you're looking to relocate to San Antonio or the surrounding area, we would love to talk you through goals and help you make a confident move here in San Antonio. So feel free to reach out to us with the information on the screen with a phone call, text, or email, and we would love to help. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you on the next one.